this video, we're going to talk about choosing a Forms plugin. Now, Forms can be used for a lot of different things. When a lot of people think of Forms, they think directly of just standard contact forms. But there's a lot of things that you can do with Forms on your website, such as getting feedback or doing questionnaires, or even selling simple products or charging people to fill out forms. We can do content creation. And we can do things like conditional logic, where if you need to find out information, or such as let's say you're running a camp and you need to have a camp registration form. So when parents are filling out information for the camp, you can say, for example, does your child have any special dietary needs? And if they select yes, another field, more fields open up to say, okay, are they vegetarian? Are they allergic to peanuts? Yes and no. So kind of showing form fields based on the selection of previous fields, and that's called conditional logic. So there's a lot of different things you can do with forms. You just kind of got to be a little bit creative about it. So if any of those things are the things that you're looking for, then you're going to have two options, and you can use both of these for just standard contact forms, but it's just important to note that it goes far beyond that. So we have two options, and one is called Gravity Forms and the other is called Ninja Forms. These are both commercial plugins. However, it's important to note that Ninja Forms, the basic core form plugin, is free. You can actually install that straight through the WordPress repository and kind of play around with it and check it out. And then they have several extensions that you can purchase to extend the functionality. Gravity Forms, on the other hand, is a straight commercial form. I do believe they have a demo on their website, but I'll show you how it looks in a moment. But you have to purchase that plugin. It cannot be installed until you've purchased it, and then you have to add in your license information in order to get everything working properly. So if you're looking just for basic standard contact forms and you don't need any kind of advanced functionality, then Ninja Forms is probably the way to go, just because it has a core free plugin, but it does come with some cool stuff, which I'll show you. So that's kind of the main difference between these two form plugins. They do have a lot of similar functionality. They're almost identical, except the interface is a little bit different, and they do have slightly varied functionality. But the main difference is that the free Ninja Forms core is free, and Gravity Forms is a straight commercial plugin with no free version. So if you look on the Ninja Forms website, you can see the pricing, and both of these for both plugins are yearly prices. So this is a yearly expense. And you can see that if you want to use it for one site, it's $99 per year, and that comes with a certain amount of extensions with it. And then there's the professional, which is 20 sites, the agency. So if you're building 50 sites and you're going to need forms, then this agency pricing might look pretty good. If you're just using it for one website, then you can go with the personal, or you can purchase this kind of like add-on bundle. And you can look through the add-ons, and you can use it up to a number of sites. But check all that out. But if you look at the add-on screen, and then the same thing for Gravity Forms, they have a personal license, which comes with a certain amount of extensions, a business license, which comes with more extensions, and then the developer license, which can be used on unlimited sites, which comes with all the extensions. And I'll show you a little bit about what those are now. So for Ninja Forms, you can see that they have things like conditional logic and multi-part forms and front-end posting, file uploads, and all of these are available as either free or paid extensions, depending. And then the same thing with Gravity Forms. If you go to their add-ons pages, you can see the number of extensions that they have and which license it requires. So Ninja Forms, you can kind of buy these one-off. With Gravity Forms, it depends on the license type that you have, which extension comes with it. So the best thing to do is, depending on what kind of forms you're going to need, or again, look through these extensions to get ideas for forms that maybe you hadn't thought of, or maybe you didn't realize you could do with these, such as like getting people, creating your subscription forms for people to sign up to your newsletter and integrating it straight with integrating it straight with MailChimp or Aweber or Campaign Monitor. So there's a lot of things you can do. So I'd say, check out these extensions, see which ones you're going to need, and see, based on that, which one is the most cost effective. So that's your first way to make your decision is which one has the functionality that I specifically need in their add-ons, and what's going to be the best price for me. Does it make more sense to buy one of the Gravity Forms licenses that includes the functionality that I need, or am I going to save a bit of money, buying them one-off from Ninja Forms or purchasing one of these, personal or professional licenses? So that's the first part. Do a bit of research, look at the add-ons available for both, and see which ones make sense from a functionality standpoint and also from a budget standpoint. That's our first way. Or like I say, if you just need a basic contact form, and you can use the free version from Ninja Forms, which is going to work out perfectly. But they both do a lot of the similar things as far as the available functionality, comparing the paid version of Gravity Forms with the paid versions of Ninja Forms and its extensions. They offer very, very similar functionality. They both save entries in the back end. So either with Ninja Forms under submissions or Gravity Forms under entries, you'll see when people fill out your form, you will get an email, and you can set that up. So if like a contact form, you'll get that in your inbox, but they also save all the entries in your website, which is really cool if you're using this for anything other than a contact form, but also for contact forms as well. You may want to quickly scroll through people that have notified you, or maybe you don't have access to your email, or something happened with your email, and it's good to know that you always have that backup available. So I'll just go very quickly through the form of creating a very basic form with both of these plugins so you can get an idea of how they look and how they work. So this first one is Gravity Forms, and both of these have add-on menus and also an import and export system, so you can import and export entries and forms. So that's important to note. So we'll just create a new form with Gravity Forms, and like I said, we'll just create a very basic contact form, and we'll click on Create Form. And on the left here is where we're going to be building our form, and on the right here is the available options. So keep in mind that this is the full paid developer version of Gravity Forms, so it has a lot more fields than we're going to see on Ninja Forms in a second. But the Ninja Forms I have installed is the free version, so don't necessarily take that as a consideration. But just so I can show you, we'll just do I'll use the name field for this. So this is you just click it on the right and it'll show up on the left, or you can drag and drop it, which I'll show you here. So we'll do a paragraph text. There we go. And you can also reorder them just by dragging and dropping. You can click on this down arrow here, and that'll give you more details. So with our name field, we can choose first name, last name, that kind of thing. Enter in the field label, which is going to show up above the fields, and we can change the sub labels here, which show up underneath them. So I'll just keep that, and let's say we want to add in an email address so we can contact our users back, and we can do email confirmation, so we make sure that they type their email address in correctly, and we can make these required just by checking this box. And then we have their comment section, so comments, and we'll make that required too. And you could put maximum characters here, and you can adjust the appearance, like how large the fields are, etc. But for now, we'll just leave it there because we're just making a quick contact form. We click on update, and you can preview the form by clicking here, and it'll show you, this is my first name, last name, my email confirmation, my comments, and submit. And then we have under the form settings, we have some of the basic kind of layout and things like that. We have the confirmations, so should they get an email confirmation, should they get text displayed on the page, what happens after they filled out the form, and then who should be notified when they fill out the form. So the email that's sent to you, and you can customize that email and show the form fields and things like that. And then you can look at the entries that have already been done. And then if we go to our pages, so let's go to our contact page that we created before, and you'll see now for Gravity Forms, is this? Yeah. So this is Gravity Forms, this is Ninja Forms. Sorry, it's the other way around. This is Gravity Forms, this is Ninja Forms. I shouldn't install these on the same site, but so if we click here, and in this drop down on this editor now, you'll see these buttons, extra buttons now to add your forms in. So we click add form, we click our contact us form, we say if we want to display the title and the description, which most cases you don't, you'll want to enable Ajax, and then just click insert form. And there it is. So now if we update our contact page and we view it, you see it generated the short code forming. We can see now we have our contact form, and it's just that simple. It's very easy to kind of create forms with Gravity Forms, insert them in the front pages, save the entries in the back end, and there's lots of extensions and functionality and conditional logic we can put in there. But it's generally that easy, even with things like multi-page forms, to create a form with Gravity Forms. So now that we've done that, let's edit this page, and we'll delete that. And we'll do the same thing with Ninja Forms so you can see how that works. So let's go to Ninja Forms, and they have a couple templates in here, but I'm gonna just do it with a blank one so you can see the process. And you can see the UI is a little bit more kind of modern, but it works generally the same. So if we want to put in, a first name, we just drag and drop that over. And we'll do the same thing with last name. And then we'll say we want their email address, and then we want a message field, which is here, paragraph text. And then we kind of do the same thing where we can dictate the settings by clicking on this cog wheel. We can change the label. We can change how it's displayed. I mean, you can see there's a lot of help text and description text stuff you can pop in there, some advanced fields, and some administration stuff. And then we can just kind of do the same thing with the last name, with email. This is where you can kind of select whether or not it is required. And for each of these, there's admin labels, so like placeholders and things like that. And then for our paragraph text, it's the same kind of thing. So that's, like I said, it's just quite easy. You click on done. Under emails and actions, this is what happens after they filled out the forms and who's notified, etc. There's some advanced options here, and we click on publish, and we'll say, Ninja Contact, add a submit button. We want that toggle on because we want them to be able to complete the form, and then publish it. Now we close this and we go back to our page. And we're going to click Gravity Forms, which is this one, and select the Ninja Contact from our thing. Click Insert, Update, and now we can view Ninja Forms. And there we are. No, that's the old one. There we go. Now there's our Ninja Contact. So this is the contact form with Ninja Forms. Same kind of thing, and you can customize that and do email confirmations and everything else with Ninja Forms as well. But as you can see with both of these, it's really easy, great interfaces, drag and drop, put in your fields, put in your settings. Both of them have ways to customize how the front end forms look. Both of them save entries in the back end, and both of them have a lot of add-ons and extensions for integrating it with mailing lists or doing conditional logic or calculations or order forms and payment systems. So there's a lot that you can be doing with forms, and you have two great interfaces and plugins to choose from. Ninja Forms does have a free version. I believe they both have demo versions on their websites that you can check out. You can look at the available extensions for both on the websites, which we will link, and see which one works best for you, see which one seems more like the one that you'd want to use, which one has the best add-ons and extensions for the functionality that you need, and which pricing structure works best for you. And lastly, if you do just need a simple contact form and you don't care about the rest of this, then grab the free version of Ninja Forms, and that's going to be everything that you need. But if you need to make a little bit of advanced forms, then it's worth checking out both of them and seeing which one works best for you.